So I'm going to go ahead. Y'all can go ahead and we gonna clip this because I'm about to make a bet. If we get to 6K, because we got a whole month to do it. If we get to 6K by my birthday, which is September 9th, I will wear clown makeup for a whole week on the stream. That's right, clown makeup. So, oh, no. That's old.
Of our ongoing.
Tucker Carlson did a interview with Cube, Ice Cube. And you know we big Ice Cube fans over here, right? You know, Ice Cube say, you know, he's not a part of the you know who he talking about. Neither are we. So we're gonna react to Tucker Carlson is killing it on Twitter, man. Like he did this interview with him and Cube did 8.8 million views. Hey. So let's get into this reaction.
Never-ending quest to find the few people in this. As part of our ongoing never-ending quest to find the few people in this country who are still willing to say what they actually think out loud.
We do, Tucker. So if you want to ever get an interview, I don't know what you would gain from doing an interview with me, but if you ever want to do that, I'll be happy to, you know, do that.
We wound up in Los Angeles recently with the rapper Ice Cube driving through his old neighborhood. Didn't expect that to happen. Here's how it went.
Dr. Dre came by this house. I'm gonna show you.
Is this copyright? Is it copyright music? Oh.
Right by. He used to live down the street from me. His cousin moved on our block when I was 12. He was 11. And his name is Sir Jinx. He became one of my producers when I went solo. Sir Jinx. He moved on the block, and then Dr. Dre was his cousin. So Dre came by a couple of times. It was cool, you know, to be able to see somebody who was actually making records.
Yeah.
We were still amateurs. Okay, not at this street, but the next one, make a left.
You want to get out there, or you want?
And we're not getting out because I don't want my pops to be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" All these people coming by my house. You didn't tell me.
Oh, your dad still lives there?
Yeah, my pop still lives here.
How long has your family been there?
Man, since 1962.
These boys, definitely copyright music. God damn it.
I grew up on this block, okay? That's my son. That's my son.
Famously, it's one of the tougher neighborhoods in the city. So
Come on, man. Y'all killing me.
where are we?
Right now, we're on Manchester. This right here, that's a cemetery where a lot of people in this area laid to rest right there.
Anyone you know?
Yeah, a lot of people I know. A lot of friends, you know, a few family members.
Out of all the kids I grew up with, at least 13 of them are dead. And that's before they even reached 21. You know, I just turned 21, so, you know, I thank God that I've even reached 21.
Alex vs. Evil says Tucker in the Hood would be a great show. I have a sneaking suspicion that it would not.
Just the block I grew up on, right here. Yeah,
Does this look the same?
It pretty much looked the same. You know, but it used to be like more trees. Like every house had a tree in front of it, and at some point the city started cutting the trees out. They said that the helicopters couldn't see people, so they start.
What, the police helicopters?
Yeah, so they start cutting the trees out.
The police said, man, y'all be hiding in these trees too much and we can't see you, so we're going to go ahead and cut these trees down in the hood so y'all can't run away.
3 decades and billions of dollars later, it's still a tough place.
How do you think politicians in Los Angeles have done running the city?
It's pretty much the same people running it the same way. Politicians only really pay attention to the people that give them money. Everybody else is kind of an extra in their movie. We love you in the scene, but we can do the scene without you. You know?
That is a crazy bar right there. He said, for politicians, matter of fact, let me just run it back so you can hear what he said.
Everybody else is kind of, it's pretty much the same people running it the same way. Politicians only really pay attention to the people that give them money. Everybody else is kind of an extra in their movie. We love you in the scene, but we can do the scene without you. You know?
Yeah.
Everybody is pretty much an extra. I mean, they only care about people who giving them money. Everybody else is an extra in the movie. We love you in the scene, but we can do the scene without you. That's a crazy. And remember, he make movies too, so he's probably said that to some people.
Do you ever give money to politicians?
No.
Why?
I don't believe in politicians. Politicians have hidden agendas. They owe a lot of people a lot of favors. The more money you give them, the more you're listened to.
So you've never fallen for a politician?
I can't say that. You know, I've had hope and, dreams that, this guy is gonna be the guy.
What'd you think of Obama when he got elected?
For the first time, I felt proud that America took that step.
Yep.
I didn't think they would ever do
Notice he said at first. Listen, I respect Obama. I like Obama. But quite frankly, if we keeping it up, bing! Did he really do anything for black people? Ask yourself. If you take, I'm talking to black men out there because I already know what black women gonna say. If you take the black woman's dog collar from around your neck, take it off. Ask yourself, what did he really do for you? Did he do anything for you?
Hell no, to the no, 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 hell to the no.
I'm just saying. Now, if you are LGBTQ, oh, you got everything. You love Obama.
And so that was a moment in time. But then, you look around, years go by, and not much change for people I know, people I care about.
We've had 6 major race riots on the president's watch. Race relations have plummeted to lows not seen since Rodney King.
In Chicago, a toddler is now the latest victim of the city's deadly surge in gun violence.
But it didn't change with Bush. It didn't change with Clinton. It didn't change with other
because y'all keep voting for the same folks.
Bush or Reagan or Carter.
Frostfan says Obama was more of a celebrity than a politician. It's crazy how people hold that family up on a pedestal, foreign-wise, and against his political enemies. He was vicious. Well, I don't mind a vicious president. I just want a president who is. Well, that's a conversation. I believe that a president should be ruthless, though. It's a hard job.
At the end of the day, it's still the same results.
So you're describing a symbolic victory.
Man, we got 13 people watching on Rumble. We got 9 people watching on Kick, man. Y'all hit that follow button. I really appreciate it. We are 2 followers away from our 60 follower Rumble goal. We're 2 followers away. So I appreciate y'all for stopping by.
Yes. In a lot of ways, yes.
And then came George Floyd, and the beginning of what we were told was a second civil rights movement. If there was going to be liberation in the wake of the Floyd riots, this is where you'd see the effects.
3 years ago, a bunch of big companies put hundreds of millions of dollars into Black Lives Matter. Through them,
$50 billion, apparently.
A lot of money. Did that improve the neighborhood you grew up in?
After raising $90 million in 2020, Black Lives Matter has $42 million in assets.
Whenever you do that, most of the time it's a lot of people siphoning that money off the top.
Yeah.
And the kicker is a lot of people say they...
What were Black Lives Matter leaders doing with a $6 million house? We know. Apparently, they'll tell you, oh, we were shooting a scene. We were shooting a... Who you think you talking to? Who you think you talking to?
They're gonna give the money, but they don't even give the money.
They make the pledge and never write the check?
Yeah, they just get the article wrote. Everybody think they're great, and they never even give the money.
Big three.
These days, Ice Cube is in the sports business. He and a partner started a new professional basketball league called Big Three. Strangely, this is one form of black empowerment that the NBA doesn't seem to like.
It does seem like the Big Three, I'm not pitching your business, but it does seem like the idea behind it would be consistent with what the NBA says they're about.
Without a doubt. You know, the NBA is full of great slogans, and they write Black Lives Matter on the court, and they do all those things, but...
Alex versus Eve says shooting a scene, paused. While you playing, with all them LGBTQ people up at Black Lives Matter, that's probably what they doing for real. Far be it from me to offend anybody, but I'm just, hey.
Pretty full of shit when the rubber meets the road, you know?
Maybe that's why they put the slogans on the court, so they won't have to do anything. Just a thought, I don't know.
I mean, you know, it's as easy as saying we're gonna donate $100 million to. You know, it's like an easy thing to do. All they gotta do is call up the graphics guy and approve the comp.
So you're starting to make me think this could be a scam. I'm just throwing that out there.
I'm just saying it's easy for them to put that on the court. It takes a little more effort to really care to work with a league like the Big Three. You know, you really gotta wanna make a difference.
The NBA is run by a cringing neoliberal called Adam Silver. Quote, "We're completely committed to standing for social justice and racial equality," Silver once announced. "It's part of the DNA of this league." And yet, according to Ice Cube, Adam Silver has done his best to strangle the black-owned Big Three in its crib.
When people think basketball,
I still have the same take on this. Like, I understand where Cube is coming from, but at the same time, like, if I was commissioner of the NBA, why would I be going out of my way to help you? Now, maybe he's saying, well, you don't have to help me, but stop trying to, you know, destroy me behind closed doors. But it's like, why? If they see you as a competitor, I mean, what's the BS that he's talking about? If it's unethical stuff, sure, but I don't have to promote you, right? Or if I'm a team, right? If I'm a team, I don't want my players to go and play in the Big Three, because if you get hurt, that's messing with my bottom line. But, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's something deeper than what I can understand.
basketball, they think Silver, don't you think? Adam Silver, he kind of embodies the spirit of basketball.
Yeah, you know.
What team did he play on during his career?
I think he played on the New York Lawyers.
The New York Lawyers, bro. Come on.
He's starting forward on the New York Lawyers.
Yeah. You know, I mean, he rode the bench. Come on, man. He rode the pine.
Hold on. Oh, he was actually in the league. But that ain't gonna help. That ain't gonna help your relationship with the NBA. Yikes.
You can see why Ice Cube is considered one of the least obedient entertainers in LA.
It's a trip. I used to walk these streets and
look at
all
you.
the stars.
You on the bus?
Yeah. That's what's a trip.
Should we
See
get
all
out
these
and say hi to
stars.
them?
No. Nah. Unless they're going to give us a little money from the Hood Tour, Life Tours. You know what I mean? Break us off 20%, man.
The world's most dangerous group.
Yes.
So I noticed this about every year or two. I read some story about you, and the subtext is always the same, which is, you know, stay in your lane.
I wouldn't be here if I stayed in my lane. I just never wanted to have that life. You know, I never wanted to be controlled.
How many times have you been pulled aside by people who are trying to control you?
What they usually do is go talk to people that's in, you know, my circle, and try to get them to try to convince them that they need to convince me that I need to take a different position.
I hate that. You wasn't man enough or woman enough to come to me and say what it is that was on your mind, and so you went to somebody in my circle to get them to tell me what to do. Frostfang says, I mean, he screwed things up overseas and he created the political divide in the country. Yeah, true. Where did it all go? To themselves and LGBT causes. You won't get no argument from me, sir.
So that's kind of how I get it.
On what topics?
It's been on, the vaccine.
The Hollywood Reporter says actor Ice Cube is saying no to a $9 million payday because he won't say yes to the COVID vaccine. The actor and rapper was set to co-star in a new comedy, Oh Hell No, alongside Jack Black. But when producers requested all cast members get a COVID vaccine, Ice Cube backed out.
Why wouldn't you take the vax? You had a direct order to take it. You were told to take it.
Yeah, I'm not real good with direct orders, but on a whole nother note.
But it was a command.
They
told you. I mean, they couldn't have been clearer about it.
Yeah, it was pretty clear. Did you take it?
Of course not.
Yeah, no. It wasn't ready,
Tucker said, of course not. Words of Paradise says you can't have a circle if you're a square. Oh, you just gave me the idea for my next sound going on the soundboard. But
it was 6 month, kind of rush job, and I didn't feel safe.
But they told you were safe.
I know what they said. I know what they said, and I heard them loud and clear. But it's not their decision. There's no repercussions if they're wrong, but I get all the repercussions if they're wrong.
Was it a tough call for you?
No, it wasn't a tough call. I wanted to be an example for my kids, really make sure they didn't take it either. Show them that I wanted to stand on my convictions and that I was willing, to lose $9 million and more, because we've probably lost more, since then.
The idea is that people who stand on their convictions are heroes. They're brave. They have principles. They're the people we look to for inspiration. But in this case, with this decision and these principles, you were not hailed as a hero.
No.
You were attacked.
So why won't you get the vaccine, man? Hey, look, man, I'd just rather be myself than take that vaccine like you other 3 billion bozos.
I never told anyone not to get vaccinated publicly. That was never my message to the world. I didn't even want people to know.
Dragon Slayer says Ice Cube is one of those people that chose to take the moral high ground rather than sell his soul to the establishment that suppresses everyone, especially his community. Well, the funny thing about that last part, especially his community turned on him and tried to suppress him. But that's a whole other video.
Whether I got vaccinated or not, I was pretty upset that even came out, because I was just gonna quietly, just not take it and deal with the consequences as they came.
Do you know anyone who was injured by the vaccine?
I do, and they suffer every day, and it's hard to watch. Suffering in silence is not the answer all the time. Sometimes you gotta let people know what's going on so you can actually move the needle. Choose to be vocal. If it's true, why can't I say it?
Well, you can't say it because it is true.
There it is. Now that's the problem with the world today.
There's no penalty for lying. No one's ever punished for lying. It's only telling the truth. It gets you in trouble.
Tucker Carlson dropping bars. He said there's no penalty for lying. You only get punished for telling the truth. Wow.
Ain't that something?
That's true.
Yeah, that is so true.
Thinking something is not a crime. Saying it is not a crime. You know what I mean? So I just tell what's real. If the truth hurts, say ouch.
Holy. Excellent job. Don DeMarco for Tucker Carlson.
Don DeMarco.
Dragon Slayer said, but that's typical. The Latino community does the same thing to people that act like Ice Cube. Those not Latinos, bro. Those are Latinx. I'm just playing. The truth will set you free, says Alex. I like this more loose Tucker Carlson. He looks so much happier after leaving Fox. He get to do what he wants. And Twitter's been good to him. I think. I think. Look at this moron. I responded to this moron. Ice Cube, really? Really, dude? Tucker Carlson, formerly of Fox News, has a history of making racially charged comments. Here are several instances. In December 2018, he claimed immigrants arriving in the U.S. were causing it to be poorer and dirtier and more divided. Shut up. You fucking race baiting, not you virtual signaling, idiot. Anyway, we're gonna move on.
Let's go. Hey. Beat that thing down like you started attention, my baby. You had some plans with your man, just tell him to cancel, my baby. Slide to the crib like Dracula's mansion.